Hello, hello. I hope you are ready to get dragged. I'm Anna Rumor from Pop Culture.
And I'm Nick Valdez from comicbook.com.
And this is Dragged, where we offer our unfiltered opinion about a drag race because we were rooting for you.
We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
We are going in on episode 5 of RuPaul's Secret Celebrity Drag Race Season 2, and we are taking it all the way back to the 90s. I am curious, right off the bat, if you were performing a drag number set to the 90s song, what would you choose?
So I would have to go girl group. So
sure.
I was thinking anything from TLC, particularly the fan mail album, because it was the one that blew them up. And it depends on the vibe, right? Like, if I want to do something emotional, I'll do Unpretty. But if I'm trying to party, it's No Scrubs, hands down. So what about you?
Shamefully, the first thing that came to mind, I was like, Smooth by Santana featuring Rob Thomas. And I was like, how would I ever make that anything? So I think I've got to go for C'est La Vie by Bewitched, because they were so underrated and I love that song.
I mean, it would be a hot one if you get Smooth.
It would.
So.
It would be. You know, everyone loves that song. I could make it work.
Absolutely.
I could make it work.
Absolutely. 100%. You can knock it out of the park.
Someone who went with your girl group idea this week was Poppy Love. She performed Wannabe by the Spice Girls. What did you think of her performance?
So Wannabe is a tough song, especially because, you know, there are so many different parts and so many but that was Poppy's gimmick to begin with. This was her attempt at doing all 5, which was okay. Like the 5 reveals, big stuff for someone who's only been doing this for 5 weeks, but you know,
1 reveal per week.
Kudos to her. I really appreciated the effort. It's just, the looks didn't really quite come together until like the Ginger Spice look. I don't know.
What were they? I mean, I could kind of guess, but they were so reveal heavy that there was like a blue jacket. I was like, who's that? I don't know.
I think that was sporty. It was tough because I could, you know, you could tell Baby with the baby doll dress, and then Posh with the black number, and then of course Ginger. But then like Scary Spice was just like the bathrobe looking thing. It was tough. Like, it's fun, but I don't know. Poppy's really getting into the theatrical side of things, and it's hard not to tell that it's AJ now, especially because she was asked directly, how was that the 90s for you? And come on, that locked it down, right?
Yeah, AJ was like, oh, it was crazy. I was, you know, surrounded by girls all the time, and I was, you know, like touring the globe with my very famous band that rhymes with Schmack Street Schmores. You know, like, come on, we know.
Donna, best week of her run so far. Donna Bellissima, she is peaky at just the right time. Fully coming into herself.
First of all, Sin Wagon by the Chicks, such a fun, underrated song. I wouldn't have thought of that if you said 90s to me.
It's out of left field, completely out of left field choice. In that, there is so much energy. It's a very lyric heavy song. And Donna was clearly feeling it with the full red number. And
my God.
She's becoming a headliner. Like, this is like, she's really evolving into Donna. She's feeling herself. And of course, with the personal story of, she went through some very, very tough things in conversion therapy. So it's just to see her become this fully realized performer. This is what the show's supposed to be. I feel like this is what they want to do with this show. And I love it. I'm just in love with Donna. This is her week. Love it.
I don't think we ever stop standing Donna. You can check the tape. But she is just so embodied. You can feel her really being there and really perform. She looked amazing in that red number. Oh my God. I love that on her. She looked, her makeup, her hair, it was all perfect. The song was amazing. Like you mentioned, you know, it just you could really feel her personal story kind of bubbling up into a fun performance, which is tough to do.
Yes. And, you know, of course, I've noticed the little Easter egg in all of her performances is the little salami. So yes. I love that there's still that bit of comedy in there. She gets it. It's the whole package. She 100% gets it. I love seeing it.
Me too. She understands the assignment 100%. I think she could win. I know we had doubts for a couple weeks, but you know, I'm back on the she could be a winner train.
If this keeps going, final 2 at least, like at very least. Chakra 7?
Oh.
I don't know how. I don't know. I mean, that kind of says it for me. I was going to ask how you felt about it because it was so speaking out of left field, right? Like it's just so out of the box into outer space, almost literally. So
I wanted it to be on board with this so deeply because, you know, like Doo-Wop That Thing by Lauryn Hill, great song, great choice. I really liked her hair and her makeup, and that's where it kind of ended for me. I don't understand what the lunch lady thing was. Was that school or prison or what were we doing? I don't know.
She said schooling them, so I presume it's school, but it was very hard to discern, right? Like and then like it's clear that she's really feeling it too. And in terms of Chakra 7, no one has better like facial performances. I don't know what the proper way to say that is, but no one serves better face. But like the performance itself, it was just not connecting with me. I feel bad saying it. She's really trying and she's really getting theatrical, but it's the Poppy Love issue of maybe doing too much now.
Maybe feeling a little too confident in their skills. Maybe they need to take it back a little bit because it's only been 5 weeks.
You know, this is the point of like an early drag queen's career of like trying out things.
Yes.
And it just happens to be a big stage, and you know, I mean, she was rewarded for that experiment, but you know, we'll talk about that in a bit.
We will. I do want to say though, I thought the judges were like on board with us because watching it, Rue and Michelle at least looked kind of confused.
Yeah.
And I thought they were going to be like, great, but I don't know what that was, but it's fun, you know, because they try to stay positive and stuff. But then they just full on went in like, I love it. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. I guess they figured it out before me.
I was not expecting the love, like you said, especially after seeing Michelle, especially. But you know, I get it. You know, there's celebrities this is their 5th week doing it. I get it, but you know.
Yeah. They get it, but I'm here to critique them viciously, and I didn't like it.
Chick LaFay, who's also on a peak right now. She's like becoming a full performer herself, and like, but that's the difference from Donna though, is that Chick already started out like on a great stage, great platform before becoming this fully realized genie in a bottle, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that song choice, perfect for drag. And she said, you know, she was trying to lean away from that little bit of comedy she always wants to inject into everything. And I do have to say she was very successful with that. I mean, the whole number was very hot. She did a great job. I did miss that little bit of comedy, though. I feel like that's so Chick LaFay, you know?
That's why, like, they've been pushing her towards the sex appeal of it all. And that's great. But also, I want Better Have My Money Chick of mixing the two. Right? But I don't want to get rid of that comedy. I hope they're just pushing her that far all the way towards sexy so she can dial it back and find like a happy medium. Because I don't want her to abandon. She's so good at being funny. Why ditch that? I mean, there's a million people out there who can be hot and sexy and fly. But I think that combining that with being funny is so invaluable. So I really hope they don't push her too far. Especially when you have Donna, who still has that little bit of humor in there.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just those little things make the complete package. Thirsty had some trouble this week, and it's a shame because like the entire idea was there, the performance was there, the concept was there, the story, the look,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She looked just like Britney. I mean, when you're doing Crazy, you've got to channel Britney in some way. And that look was so good. Ooh.
Yes. And the reveal of the duct tape spelling out thirsty was great.
That was so funny.
Yes. And that's the thing. You have all this extra stuff around her that's great, but for some reason she's still holding back. I don't know. It's like demure almost.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good word for it. It was very reined in, very demure, and she kept turning around. Like, I feel like her face was to the back so much, and I maybe it's shy, maybe she forgot the lyrics. How do you forget the lyrics to that song? But it just really hit me as she's not comfortable here. She's not comfortable in this performance, and that's tough to watch.
Especially when the look is super cute, and it was just missing like the Britney. I think that was the issue. It's when you take on someone like Britney, the empress of pop, essentially. Like,
I love it.
When you take her on, you need that attitude, you need that fervor, you need that ganache, and and that's what the critique towards her was for, is that she was lacking that a little bit. But maybe next week we'll see what's happening. We will see.
And I just Thirsty has so much potential. We've seen her when she's really good. She's really good. I don't know what that last blockage is that needs to be demolished so that she can really stand out, because I want them all to succeed. I want to watch fun drag performances. I don't want to watch someone who seems uncomfortable there, So I don't know what it is, but I hope she finds it.
I hope she gets it in just in time.
Yeah, honestly. and it's coming up to be too late. So dig deep, Thirsty. At the end of the day, we come down to our winners, and we have kind of a bit of a twist, which, it wouldn't be Drag Race if there wasn't a twist. And we get a lip sync for the win, basically.
Yes, which, like I said, it was a surprise to me, as I was alluding to earlier. I did not expect Chakra in the top two.
Yeah.
But my conspiracy theory there is that we're heading towards a Donna and Chick LaFay top two. And they didn't want to give that to us yet. They were like, no, you can't have this good one yet. You can't have this lip sync yet. So
that actually makes a lot of sense, because I was like, Donna, yes, absolutely. I think she did the best this week. And then Chakra, Lunch Lady? Why? Like, I just didn't get it. But that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's my conspiracy theory. But like, Donna deserved it. That's why you need a top two lip sync for the win. It was a fun little twist, but I really think it should have just been Donna's. Just give it to Donna. She earned it,
I 1,000%. I mean, and she did eventually earn it. They do the lip sync for the win to Believe by Cher, which is such a fun lip sync song. And Donna, oh my God. I was like getting emotional watching it. I don't know what was going on. Was it not me, or did you also feel that way?
No, it was beautiful. I was just, that's why I was like, oh, Donna, you're here. You have arrived, Donna. You are ready to win this whole thing. And we've been her stands from the jump. And
we have. I want credit.
To see her nail Believe, and like, this is, she gave a drag performance. This is someone who you could go see a live show, and she's killing it 5 nights a week. And I believe it. I want to see more. Give me that. Give me her lip syncing Believe on tour, and I would go pay to see it 1,000 times.
Me too. I was so. It was just real. It was a fully realized performance. I wouldn't question that if I saw it on a regular season of Drag Race, like, that's how good she's got. I love her.
She lip synced for the crown.
Yeah. Honestly, she's ready. She is ready to lip sync. She is ready. But and she deserved the win. I don't think anyone would argue with that. Chakra did a good job too, but it's tough with Donna. Tough to bite and eat. Now, here's where the other twist comes in. No one's going home this episode. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Me too.
Why not?
I'll take more time with them. And then here's a third twist. Next week, they're all going to have to reveal themselves. Like, spill their true identity, I think.
Yeah, I'm wondering if is it going to be mid-performance that they're like going to take off the drag, or is it going to be like a, you know, we see them in the backstage interviews and stuff beforehand, you know, instead of blocking it out. And I'm wondering, will that affect their performances? Have any of them been holding back? There's been in that hidden character kind of look for each of them, so I'm wondering.
I'm curious too, because, you know, you talk to drag performers all the time and they say that, you know, the drag is a little bit of a shield so you can become this different version of yourself and really put it all out there. Maybe that's why, because whenever they said that they were going to do reveals, I was like, why? You know, I didn't really get, I don't know what that's going to bring to their performance, but I think that your theory is totally correct. I think that's probably what's going to happen.
I am just full of conspiracy theories this week.
You are. Oh
I'm on cloud nine. Donna won. No one at home. What a good week.
This was a good week. I really had a lot of fun with this episode. I had fun with all the performances. All the songs are great. You know, I'm a 90s child, so this was like, oh, 90s child just makes me sound old. But, you know, I loved all of it. Who knows what's going to happen next week, but we are going to be here talking about it. So don't forget, join us every week with Dragged, and we will talk about more Drag Race.